All right, looks like we're live. What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? Shout out to everybody on this live stream. I appreciate you all for coming on in here, hanging out with No Limit Eddie on this Sunday. You know, my Sunday is coming to a close. Really good day, really productive day. Was able to handle a lot of stuff. Definitely slept a good amount today, more than I normally would. Today was one of those days where it was a sandstorm. So we ended up having a sandstorm today. So it wasn't a day where you can really get out and about and get overly active. So I slept a little bit later than I normally would today, probably till around 10. And then after that, I got up and then just started to do what I needed to do for the day. And I was able to accomplish everything I needed to accomplish for the day, which is awesome. But everybody's coming on in here, guys. Smash the like button. I think I have a really good topic to talk about with you guys. You guys can already see the title, Woe to the Unprepared. I like to just talk about situations and experiences, which I have experienced and things of that nature, with the hope of helping other people. And so I think you guys will like today's video. I think you guys will like today's live stream. So everybody coming in and smash the like button, though, and let's go ahead and get these likes up. Let me check it on my phone, make sure everything is on there. Also need to send out a text message. Let me get that queued up. Yeah, if you guys are on here, let me know where you guys are watching from. They got me on the ad right now. Yeah, I'm signing in right now. I have a software that I use to send out text messages to people who subscribe to my text message marketing list, and that's basically what I'm trying to get queued up right now. Yeah, everybody come in and smash the like button for me. Smash the like button, guys. Let's get up to 5 likes in this live, guys. 5 likes in this live, and then we'll go ahead and get up to 10, and we'll start the topic at around 10 likes. Usually I tell you guys to smash the like button. Because the more you guys like the video, the more YouTube shares it out. All right, the link. Everybody's coming on right now. What's up to you guys? Hopefully, you guys are having a good Sunday. My Sunday was pretty awesome, pretty nice, as always. Sundays are usually a pretty cool day, relaxed day. I try to keep them that way. We still do work, but the work I do is mostly mental, and these days it's not as ruthless. You can now pin the message at the top of your live chat for viewers to read. Clicking the message to pin it. Use options. Okay. Yeah, YouTube is supposed to be releasing a lot of new features for YouTube is supposed to be releasing a lot of new features for like live streams and creators and stuff like that. All right. All right, cool. Just sent that out. All right, so everybody should be receiving the text message if you're a part of the text message marketing group. So let's go ahead and let. How many likes do we got right now? Let's see. All right, 4 likes. Appreciate that, guys. Somebody in the chat. How are you doing? This is my first time seeing you on a live stream. You found the channel, and what brought you to the channel? Was it, or you see an advertisement? Did somebody send you my video? Said I'm going in and out. check your mic. I don't know. I had this thing, this power converter box that was on the table. I turned it off. Maybe that should help. Let me check. Yeah. Testing. Yeah. Testing. All right, I can hear it on my end. But let me know if you guys are also having trouble hearing what I'm saying. Drop it in the chat. It's good. Okay, awesome. A Mansu. I don't know how to say your name or pronounce your name. But everybody's coming on here right now. Come on in, smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. Let's get up to 10 likes on this live. 10 likes on this live. Got a really cool story, really amazing story I want to share with you guys. I think you guys will take a lot of insight from it. I think you guys will actually find it quite valuable. Woe to the unprepared. That is the title of this live stream. And it is going to be a major discussion about the importance of preparation, a major conversation about the importance of commitment and what a commitment actually is. A major conversation, a major talking point about understanding your role in everything that happens to you in your life, both good or bad. All right. So it should be a really interesting topic. So everybody come in and smash the like button. Let's go ahead and get up to 10 likes on this live, guys. 10 likes on this live. All right. And been watching a couple of videos recently about the diesel shortage over in the East Coast, about what's happening over that way. So that's been pretty interesting as well to me. Definitely seems like there's so much going on over in the States. I was just, downstairs right now talking to my landlord and things like that. And he was just saying everything's going up here as well. The money is down, but things are costing more. So he's feeling it like as a local living out here. So yeah, it's pretty intense. Seems like everybody is having some type of issues. Well, not some type of issue, but everybody's starting to feel the effects of the fiat currency system and things that are going wrong with it internationally. In places like America and things like that, and places and things like that, and even countries like this over here. We got Big King Kingston in that building. What up, Big King Kingston? What up? Shout out to everybody on this live. We're looking to get up to 10 likes on this live, guys. 10 likes on today's live stream. Excited to actually get into this topic with you guys. Woe to the Unprepared is the name of this live stream or the name of the video that we're going to be doing today. If you're in here, definitely drop something in the chat. Let me know where you guys are watching me from and how exactly you guys came across my content. Hopefully we have a pretty good week. I know I didn't drop enough videos this week. I only dropped two actual videos maybe. But this week I should have more content coming out for you guys. We hit 20.5K as well, 20,500 subscribers. So we're just 500 subscribers away now from 21,000. So we're doing pretty good on that end, getting close to that big 25K, which is about a quarter to 100,000. So excited about the growth of the channel. Shout out to everybody who's been subscribing recently. And shout out to everybody who's been subscribed for a while now, Looking for one more like, guys. Looking for one more like on this live stream so we can get into the topic. Woe to the unprepared, all right? Very good topic about a situation that I came across recently. I like to use situations that happens to me in my own life so that I can, educate and share information with other people. Every time I try to turn my VPN on, they give me just like an ad about some type of video chat app. Shout out to everybody who's coming on to this live stream. Hopefully everybody's having a really good Sunday. It is No Limit Eddie with another live stream, guys. I'm excited to be on here with you. We need 2 more likes, get up to 10 likes on this live. So everybody go ahead and smash the like button. Liking the video, this lets YouTube know you're enjoying the content and thus they share it out to more people. So we can have the most entertaining live stream possible. live streams are the best when we have a lot of people on here, so we can have different ideas and different opinions, things of that nature. And I'm doing my best to go live, maybe at least every Sunday. Sunday's typically a cool day for me to go live. Like I said, Sundays are usually chill for me, and so yeah, I like going live on Sundays, and then I try to produce content Monday through Thursday as well. Just waiting, guys, but yeah, like I was saying, today was actually pretty bad weather. It was warm, definitely. It's definitely beginning warm to the point where it's like, wow, okay, I'm feeling the heat. But even still, it was quite windy. It was quite windy. Yes, no, I think it was this morning. It was quite windy this morning. I couldn't even see the sea. It was like white all over, like just like a massive amount of fog, but apparently it was sand. And that happens from time to time. On days like that, you just want to stay in the house. The wind was around, I think, 32 miles per hour winds, and so yeah, it was just very, very, very intense today with the weather. So I was just, for the most part, inside the house. Just inside the house for the most part today. And shout out to everybody who's been watching the videos for the past week, as well as watching the stories. The stories have been great. They've been actually. I've been trying to post them once a day, twice a day in the morning. Hopefully everybody's coming on here. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. We need to get up to 10 likes on this live, guys. 10 likes on this live so that we can get into the topic of today's video. And if you happen to be watching this as a video later on, if I keep it up, then just follow the timestamps, and jump to a different section of the content. I would try to include timestamps for this video here. We got Bryce Club in the building. What up? What up? Shalom, shalom. Shout out to Bryce Club. Came over from the TNT with Mike and Jazz channel. Shout out to TNT with Mike and Jazz as well. There we go, guys. We hit 10 likes. I appreciate that, guys. I appreciate that. So let's actually go ahead and get into today's topic. So the name of this live stream is Woe to the Unprepared. All right, woe to the unprepared. So we're gonna start this video off actually by reading a proverb. Okay, we're gonna start this video off by reading a proverb. Okay, so this is Proverb 1:26. 1:26. And it says, I will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear comes as desolation and destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall find me not. For they have hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Adonai. They would not listen to my counsel. They despise all of my reproof. Therefore, they shall eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. All right. So we're going to start this video off with a proverb. So this proverb was talking about those who refuse to listen to wisdom, those who refuse to basically take heed to the warning of, you can say the elders, you can say people who made this be wiser than them or anything of that nature. But essentially what it's talking about is that people will refuse to listen to knowledge. Then when their destruction is coming, when they realize, oh shoot, I should have listened to what they're saying, they're going to try to double back to be like, okay, let me listen to what you're saying now, but it's going to be too late. You know what I mean? And wisdom is personified, you know what I mean, as a woman in this case scenario. And she's saying, like, I'm going to laugh at you. Like, when your destruction comes, when you didn't take heed to the warning that I gave, I am going to mock your calamities. You're going to seek me, but I will not be found. You know what I mean? Because I tried to tell you earlier, but you didn't listen. And so a lot of times, the book of Proverbs is by far one of my favorite books of the, original Bible, I guess the King James Bible, minus the Apocrypha. And there's just certain snippets and certain segments within this book that can be written into books of their own. You know what I mean? Secular books of their own. Even the concept of the book Think and Grow Rich, it all starts from the book of Proverbs. You know what I mean? As a man thinketh he is, and things of that nature. So basically, what it comes down to, that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Woe to the unprepared. So a lot of people will refuse to hear knowledge or refuse to submit to knowledge, and then the calamities will befall them. Things won't go right because they didn't listen to the people who have already experienced what they are going through or things of that nature. They thought they can outsmart the other person, so they can be more cunning than the other person, and it normally doesn't work out for them. And so the first and foremost thing we're going to talk about, guys, is you must submit to knowledge. All right. What is true is true, and it must be accepted. So a lot of times people think that, their perspective is more true than truth. People think that, whatever they think is right, but that's not always the case. You can't outthink gravity. Gravity is here, something that you have to accept as a universal truth, and you have to live and exist within it. You know what I mean? Likewise, the law of inertia, right? Or if for every action is equal opposite reaction, it's a universal law that exists, regardless if you believe it or not. It exists, right? And so, just because you don't believe something is true doesn't affect it being true or not true. And so sometimes you have to really, go ahead and submit to knowledge. We're going to go ahead and talk about that in today's video. All right. So the story that we're going to be talking about is I was going through my email, people email me all the time, different things like that. Somebody basically emails me asking a question about how was the internet. Everybody come in and smash the like button, guys. Everybody come in and smash the like button. I want 17 likes on this live, guys. 17 likes on today's live. So everybody come in and smash the like button, all right? But yeah, so I get an email from somebody basically saying, hey, how is the internet over in Egypt and things of that nature? And I say, like, what do you mean by how's the internet? Like, sometimes you need clarifying question. You need to understand exactly what the situation is, what the situation is not. And so I'm like, are you just looking to visit Egypt? Or are you looking to move to Egypt? Because that would determine, the proper answer to the question. That would determine the proper answer to the question, because visiting, it's a lot different than moving, because you may have a little hotspot when you're just visiting, but you may need a modem if you're looking to move. And so there's different scenarios, different situations for each scenario. And so I asked, okay, what's the situation? Are you moving or are you living? She said, oh, I'm trying to relocate here, this and that. And so I then go ahead and provide that person a lot of information. Like I said, I've dealt with a lot of people who are looking to relocate and who have relocated, and I've been here now for 15, 16 months. So based off of that experience, I picked up a lot of information, I picked up a lot of gems, and I can tell when somebody's going to have a very difficult time in Africa, or when they're going to have a very smooth time in Africa based off of it's based off how they talk, based off of what they speak, What up, Salo? What up, Salo? Everybody come in and smash the like button, guys. Everybody come in and smash the like button. Let's go ahead and get up to 17 likes. Let's get 5 more of you guys. 5 more of you guys to smash the like button, okay? Liking the video just lets YouTube know you're enjoying the content and thus it shared out to more people. If you happen to be watching this on your phone and it's horizontal, just flip it up like this vertically, X out of the chat, and then smash like. If you happen to be in your computer, you need to minimize the window on the right hand, the right little squares, minimize that and smash a like. If you happen to be in your TV, you can like the video on the TV as well, or you can just pull out your phone and then go ahead and like the video, all right? Appreciate you guys for doing that. I really do appreciate it. Appreciate you, Salo. Appreciate you, Salo. We're at 14 likes. So we need 15 likes. We just need 2 more likes to get up to 17, guys. Keep the likes going. Keep the likes going. Just helps me to get into the YouTube algorithm, right? So, I can just basically tell how people are going to have, what kind of experience somebody's going to have when they come to the content based off of the way they email me. One of the things that I study a lot is psychology. A lot of books that I brought a couple of secular books, I guess you can call them. Almost all of them revolve around some topic of psychology. I brought Think and Grow Rich. I brought Contagious. which is a book about why things get shared abroad. What else did I bring? Oh, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I brought a lot of books. Well, all the books that I did bring, I didn't bring a lot, but all the books that I did bring, most of them revolve around some form of psychology. All right. And so, yeah, this person, basically, I can say, oh, okay, I can see how this person is going to operate, and I don't think it's going to end well for this person. But either way, this person was saying they have a job, and they're looking to bring that job, relocate that job over with them to Egypt and things like that. And I said, okay, well, I gave her some information. Is let her know, like, more than likely, like, it's good to have a job and things like that, but you should expect, you know what I mean, to be fired from that job. A lot of people think they're going to come here with a job and it's going to go smooth sailing, but you should just be prepared and to expect to be fired. Number one, because there's a very weird concept with these jobs. Like, they do not want you to live outside of U.S., Mexico, and Canada. Maybe sometimes the UK is okay too, but if you live outside of those 4 countries, they like get very iffy about you. They get very iffy about you, about hiring you, or even about keeping you employed. Everybody smash like button, guys. Everybody smash like button. 2 more likes get up to 17 likes. The more you like the video, the more YouTube shares this live stream out, which just helps the channel to continue to grow. All right, road to 25K. Help me out by smashing like button, guys. It's free to do. And yeah, so yeah, so I was sort of like, like, you should basically expect to be fired. More than likely you will be fired on one end because you're not going to be in one of those countries that they like to hire people from. But on the other end, like, we guys can, it's not hard to tell that we're going into some type of economic downturn. Some people are throwing around the term of recession. Other people are throwing around the term of, some type of maybe depression. Some people are, can see, like, okay, we haven't had this level of gas prices or oil per barrel since 2008. So anybody can see that we're going into some type of economic downturn. It doesn't look like the economy is growing. It looks like it's kind of going in a downward spiral. And so what I try to tell this person is expect to be fired. You know what I mean? On both ends. And I'm telling you the same thing. Expect to be fired if you come here with a job, on the fact that the economy is not looking too great. And on the other end, that, get out of the matrix and decide to get out of the big, 4 or 5 countries, it's probably not going to be the easiest thing for you to stay employed with these online jobs. And so yeah, expect to be fired. And then I was also mentioning that, to her, that it's very important to invest in knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be thoroughly researched. You have to really be thoroughly researched. And I was slightly concerned about the individual. Everybody smash the like button, guys. Everybody smash the like button. I want to get up to 17 likes. If you're on your phone is horizontal, flip it vertically, guys. X out the chat and you'll be able to smash a like button that way. If you're on a computer, just minimize the window, click the like button, and you'll be able to smash like button that way. If you're on your TV, you can smash like button on your TV, but you can also pull your phone out and smash like button that way as well. All right, guys, I appreciate everybody smashing like. It just helps the channel to helps the video to be promoted to more people. All right, I'm looking to give information out to as many people as possible, and that's what we do. That's what we do these contents for. And so yeah, this person was like, I'm flying out to Egypt in 27 days and things like that. And so it was curious to me that I think this person may not have done the full due diligence on the fact that I've been in Egypt now for like 8 months, even more than that, 9 months probably. And this person may just have recently been coming across my channel based off of the context of the email. And it's like, how you barely coming across the 150 Dream Team, No Limit Eddie, when I've been making videos about Egypt for so long, you know what I mean? Like, before I moved to Africa, I was thoroughly invested into researching the country, thoroughly invested into researching, how the ins and outs of it, and so this person seems like they're kind of doing the fly by night activity, which we'll talk about in a second. Kind of doing fly by night activity. Fly by night activity is not the way to operate when it comes to relocating your entire life outside of the country. So what I suggest this person to do was, based off of that, I said, okay, look, I'm gonna give you a lot of free information, a lot of free game in this email, but I'm also going to suggest that you, number one, buy my book, right? Africa, it's like, what is it, The Ultimate Guide, African American, something like that. I don't even know what I named the book. Let me check my own website, yeah. African American Guide to Africa. That's what it's called. African American Guide to Africa. So drop that link in, Kevin. I would suggest you looking into grabbing that book as well. So I suggested that, hey, number one, you should grab this book because it has a lot of information that is going to be very beneficial to you. So definitely grab that book is what I recommended to her. Then I also recommended that she enroll in one of my courses in order to learn how to have a second stream of income. Now, again, of course, I'm going to promote my own products as always. You know what I mean? I believe that my products work. I believe that my products are helpful to people. And so I'm going to suggest them to people to purchase. You know what I mean? But even beyond just, recommending a product, what it is as well is that it shows commitment. Okay. Commitments require time and resources for them to be real. All right. And so if you are looking to relocate to another country, and even though I rag a lot of times on consultation, things like that, buying a consultation is a form of making the commitment to relocating overseas. Like I said, commitments require time and they require resources. If you're not willing to invest time and resources into something, you are not truly committed. Look at everything look at marriage. Marriage is probably one of the biggest commitments people think about. Find somebody who can get married, plan a wedding, and not take time and not spend money. Right? It requires both. It requires time. It requires money. A house is another big commitment. Most people get a 30-year mortgage that requires a down payment, money, resources, money and resources, and then you're extending that loan over the next 30 years. That's time. Commitments require time, and commitments require resources. So when I suggested to this individual to go ahead and get the book or to go ahead and get the course, that is proclaiming the commitment to actually relocating and sustaining yourself long term outside of the country, right? And I already knew from the moment I read the email that this person wasn't going to invest in either one of those two. But one thing about me is for me to have a ruach and shalom, right, which means for me to be at peace internally, I have to make sure that I'm giving information. If they take heed to it or not, it doesn't matter to me. But I will give you the information. I will present you the opportunity to learn, right? And that's why I began. This whole video off with reading of the Proverbs. They shall call upon me, and I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Adonai. Right? Most people actually don't like knowledge. It's interesting that this is what I found personally. Most people that may proclaim themselves to be everybody smash like button, but everybody smash like button. I want to get up to 27 likes. Matter of fact, let's make it 28. Let's get up to 28 likes in this live. So I need 7 more of you guys to smash the like button. Okay, the more you like the video, the more that YouTube says, hey, people are enjoying this content. Let me push and share this out to more people. All right. So if you're on your phone and it's horizontal like this, flip it up, straight up and down vertically, exit out the chat, and then smash a like. If you happen to be watching me on your computer, just minimize the window, hit that little square on the right, minimize that, and then smash the like button. If you're watching on the TV, you can smash the like button on the TV, but you can also just pull out your phone and go to the channel and smash the like button that way. Let's go ahead and get up to 28 likes, guys. I appreciate that. And so, one thing that I realize a lot of times as well is that most people who may proclaim themselves to be Christians or may proclaim themselves to be, Hebrew Israelites and things like that in the truth, a lot of times they actually love money but hate knowledge. A lot of times they actually love money and hate knowledge. What I mean by that is they actually refuse to invest in learning. They actually will refuse to invest in themselves and instead want to hold on to the money, want to keep the money like this, right? And this is what I've learned. When you get a few couple coins, a few little pennies, whatever, and you keep the money like this, yes, you're going to protect the money that's in your hand, but you also restrict any new money from being able to be placed inside of your hand. And so what happens is you actually end up loving money to the point where you can't even get more money. It's a very sad state. Everyone I know loves money. People love money. And so what happens is they are so worried about keeping the pennies that they have in their hand that they can't even open themselves up to more opportunities for money to be placed in. You know, they don't want the coins to fall out their hands, so they're going to close it tight, but at the same time, they're restricting themselves from being able to have more come in. And so it requires a level of faith. You know, when we look at an example of faith that was in the Bible, right? For example, when it was about the woman who gave, I don't know what it was, the coin or whatever, and that's all she, basically all she had. She had a coin. He said, this is a greatest example of faith out of anybody that was here. She gave her very last and knew and trusted that the Most High would bless her tenfold, 100-fold for doing that. Okay, and so that was an example of faith. And so what happens is people actually think that, I'm being a good person, or I'm doing this, I don't love money, you know. Like let me explain this. Let me explain it better like this. People assume because they're impoverished that they don't love money. That's the way they explain it. People assume because they're impoverished that they don't love money, when actually it's the complete opposite. To not love money, right, will be able to have your hand open and to say, okay, this money might disappear from my hand, right, but I'm going to trust that the Most High is going to bring it back, right? That's the level of faith. But when you love money, you put your faith in your money. So you know, like, as long as I have this money, I can pay for rent. As long as I have this money, I can do this. As long as I have this money, I can do this. That doesn't require faith. That means you're putting your trust inside the little coins that are in your hand and not into the Most High. All right. So just because you don't have a lot of money doesn't mean you don't love money. So people actually hate knowledge and love money. They won't ever, take the risk of investing inside of education, take the risk of investing inside of knowledge, programs, seminars, books and things like that to expand their mindset. Instead, they want to just hold on to the money and keep it like that. And that's how most people end up going broke, and things of that nature. And so, yeah, when I suggested to this person, hey, get the book, it's $19.99, or get the course, one of the two courses, $199 or $497, these are investments within yourself or within the knowledge, but again, most people are afraid to spend money because they don't have enough faith to say, hey, this money is going to be reciprocated, this money is going to be given back to me. They said they put their trust inside their money, say, as long as I have this money, I'll be okay. All right. So yeah, it's very important to invest in knowledge. Very important to invest in knowledge. And so with the situation that we're having here in the email, let me actually read some comments before we continue on. Sala said, this is the life. How much would you need to say you need saved, as well as make a month's move to Africa? It all depends on your type of mentality, Kevin. Let me know who you are, what country you want to move to, everything like that. Do you have one wife? Do you have children? Do you have 1 children, 5 kids? What depends. What kind of lifestyle are you living in the States? What type of lifestyle do you want to live in Africa? Okay, we got Andrew Africa said, greetings, my brother. Hope all is well on your end. Everything's actually going very well over here for No Limit Eddie. Tampa Boosted said, most definitely. Right. Silo said, what up, Shay? Sorry, I was concentrating on what Ed was saying, but hey, I hate to you. Okay, got you. Lee Grant, everyone I know loves money. People love money. We got my guy Jared on set in the building. Let me actually make my guy Jared a moderator. All right. Okay, cool. My guy Jared should be a moderator now. But yeah. So, and so with this individual, I think she's gonna struggle a lot when she does come to the continent and things like that. Now, when I told to her, like, hey, like, more than likely, if you don't follow the advice that I'm giving you, you're going to fall flat on your face, right? And I gave her that. I just gave it to her plain out and said, like, if I were you, I'll follow this advice. Now, I knew she wasn't going to follow it. It's just typical based off of the response that I received. And what happens a lot of times is people will actually, like, listen to everything I'm saying, not take action on it. Then when things go south for them, then they try to come back and be like, hey, so about the thing you were saying, like, this has happened so many times with me being on the continent. About that thing you were saying earlier, like, can I get into it now? Can I start it now? Like what should I do now? It's happened so many times. And this is why I read the proverb in the very beginning. They shall call upon me, but I will not answer. You see what I'm saying? Most of the time, the things that I tell people are going to happen to them will happen to them. And because I'm telling them this based off of experience and based off of what I've been able to see. So when they try to double back, it's going to be too late for them already. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to try to call for me. I'm not going to be there. There's nothing I can do at that point. They shall eat the fruit of their own devices. You know what I mean? They should eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For turning away of the simple shall slay them, and prosperity of fools shall destroy them. And the Bible says it a million times. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. When you lack information, when you refuse to get the proper information that you need to succeed, you're setting yourself up for failure. You know what I mean? If you're going to say, like, I'm just going to trust that, I'm just going to trust that it's going to work out for me, it's not. It's more than likely not going to work out for you. Monkey trap. The coconut has some rich insides, which can be grabbed through a small hole. The monkey's hands fit through the hole, but his clenched fist can't fit back out. The monkey is trapped. Oh, okay. But not by anything physical. He's trapped by an idea, unable to see that the principle that serves him well. When you see rice, hold on tight. I don't know about when you see rice, hold on tight. I never heard of that. But great. I like that quote, Lee. But so anyway, basically what I told her was like this is what I would suggest you to do. If you don't do it, it's not going to hurt me. It's not going to help me. But this is my suggestion, and the end result of the conversation was the typical God provides line. Typical God provides line. And I actually hate that line with a serious passion. Most people will say that, and this is why I'm saying God in particular and not Yah. But most people will say God provides as an excuse for irresponsibility. Most people will say that God provides as an excuse for irresponsibility. And a lot of times that terminology is used by women, right? Women and children, I think I heard Nipsey Hussle say this, women and children have the right to be irresponsible, but men do not. And so a lot of times before they engage in an activity that is more than likely irresponsible, more than likely it hasn't been thought out fully, hasn't been planned out fully, has not been fully, strategized upon, they'll say, I'm going to trust that God is going to provide, and things of that nature. But it's usually an excuse for irresponsibility, because God, the line God provides is interesting because a lot of people serve different gods. A lot of people serve different gods. As we can see, a lot of people will say, I serve, I'm a Christian, I read the Bible and things like that. But the actions, you know what I mean, or how to say it, a tree, but a fruit it bears, So a lot of times their actions don't actually line up to what the word is saying. And so God provides and Yah provides are two separate situations. When Yah provides, let's look at an example of Noah. Yah provided the commandment, hey, Noah, build this ark, right? Noah had to go out and physically go collect that wood. He had to physically go ahead and map out the templates, map out the plan. He had to physically go ahead and collect those two animals. He had to physically, you know what I mean? Or the footprints are saying, yeah, he had to physically, you know what I mean, make it happen. So Yah provides, yes. He provided the command. He provided Noah with the time, as in the life, to be able to, have the time on earth to be able to complete the building of the ark. You know what I mean? He provided him with the mental capacity, right? He wasn't mentally ill. He wasn't sick or anything like that. The Most High provided all those things for Noah. But again, if you just say Yah provides, he provides. Yes, he does. But you still have to do the work. Likewise with Joseph, the Most High commanded, hey, I'm gonna give you. The Most High provided the interpretation of the dream. Hey, this is what this dream means. You should go out and go ahead and collect and harvest the grain and store some of it up. You know what I mean? Joseph still had to essentially create an entire system, an entire tax system for a country that wasn't even his native country. You know what I mean? He couldn't just go on Twitter and say, hey, everybody bring grain to this building. No, he had to hire teams and members to go out and canvass the neighborhood and say, hey, you need to bring this amount of grain. You need to bring this amount of grain. Cat, stop it. He had to figure out how he was going to store the grain. He had to figure out how he was going to consume the grain, how he was going to ration it out, how he was going to make sure that everybody did their portion. There's still a lot of work that's required on the human being portion of it that that whole God provides saying is not going to cover. A lot of times people just say that line, hello kitty cat, I see you. A lot of times people will say that line just as a this cat is consistently wanting me to rub him. Everybody come into this live stream right now and smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. Let's get up to 35 likes, guys. 35 35 likes. All right, I really appreciate it. But a lot of times people say this whole God provides line, Cat, I see you. It is used before they do something irresponsible or to justify the irresponsibility. I'm going to do this. I'm going to move to a foreign country without stream of income, without a backup stream of income. I'm not going to have very much money saved, but I'm just going to trust that God is going to provide. And a lot of times it won't end well for people, because if you look at the examples that have been provided, He provides, but you also have to, there's a lot of physical work that goes in on the other side of that. It's a lot of physical work that goes in on the other side of that, and so for most people who are looking to come to the continent, my reminder to you guys is number one, you have to submit to knowledge. You know what I mean? There's people who have done what you wanted to do, and it's advisable that you listen to them and that you study from them. You know what I mean? And number two, you have to make a commitment. Okay, a commitment, it requires both time and resources. You have to invest time and resources to make a commitment real. If you're not willing to invest time or money into something, more than likely you're not committed to that thing. All right. And so regardless of how big or how small a commitment, you have to make that commitment. Cat, get out of here. Get away from me. You all know this cat is just very wicked. The last thing is that, of course, the Most High does provide, but you also have to understand that there is prerequisites that go into that. You know what I mean? From the examples that we've seen in times past. All right. So that's the message that I want to give you guys today. You know what I mean? You have to be responsible with whatever it is that you're doing. It's advisable that you invest in whatever it is that you say you want to do, regardless of what it is. I want to start a business, or I want to, regardless, any commitment requires time and resources. It just is what it is. So especially moving to a whole new country. And the reason why I think it may not end well for this person is, like, if you're looking to move to a whole new country, relocate, and you're not willing to invest $19.99 into your own education, things are going to end sour for you. It's just a fact. Things will end sour for you, and there's nothing that I can do at that moment in time, and I've seen it happen a million times. And every time every time this happens, they always double back and like, about what you were saying earlier. And it's just too late at that point. It's just too late at that point. And that's just how it goes, man. That's just how it goes. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed that conversation. If you guys have any questions for me, feel free to drop them into the chat. Man. I've been enjoying the live streams. God bless a child with his own. Yep. The footprints in the sand. Okay. But you said do the work. You still got to do the work. There always has to be a balance. There always has to be a balance. You know what I mean? But it's just, I've noticed that when people say that, God provides, it's usually right before they do something that's just a little bit, just not thought all the way through, not just a little bit irresponsible. You know what I mean? It's almost like the same people who would just sin on the fact that it's like, we're covered by grace now. Just like I'm just gonna do it and then repent for it afterwards. It's kind of like it's kind of like that. It's just like you're living on sketchy ground a little bit. Meaning, I didn't see this one. Meaning, in the words of Outkast, get up, get out, and do something. Yeah. You know how that goes, Tyler. You know how that goes. You know what I mean? It's gonna require sacrifice and dedication. There's a constant trying and a constant proving that goes on here on the continent. And it's just, and I even in the email that I sent, I let her know that I let her know that basically, a lot of times people run up into a wall and they tend to retreat. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what happens. But you guys know the information I give on the lives is the same information I get to people when they hit me up. So it just really is what it is. We got Tamara and Tanzania. Hey, as always, good advice. Shout out to Tamara and Tanzania for being on this live. I appreciate you for smashing our like button. Let's get up to 35 likes, guys. Everybody come in and smash that like button, guys. Smash that like button. We've been out here in Egypt, man. We've been out here in Egypt enjoying the days. You can buy land in America, Arizona, New Mexico have acres for 1,500, 500 down, and 199 a month. That's pretty cool. Shout out to anybody who's buying land. We can talk about a lot of stuff that's going on in the states. Like I said, I've been hearing about diesel shortages, which is very dangerous because most things are shipped via diesel. I was looking at flight prices. Flight prices have increased by 33% just last year. Just this last from April to May, it increased by 18%. Which is absolutely wild. The same flight that I took from Los Angeles to Dar es Salaam, which was $950 in February of 2021, is now on a good day $1,400. And that's a portion of the fact that the gas prices are increasing. Gas prices are increasing, and so jet fuel, of course, is also going to increase because it's made from the same barrel of oil. As well as just a lot of things are just flood prices are insane. Yeah, flood prices are actually insane. 33% increase over just the last year. 18% just one month, which is actually a record since the BLS started to keep track of flight prices. And so, a lot of things are going intense. A lot of things are going crazy. And so, what I try to tell people and mention to people all the time is that right now is the time to start getting these extra streams of income started. You know what I mean? You really got to get, you really have to get, the other income stream started. You know, um, how that type of stuff goes. You got to get it started. Because I mentioned baby formula shortage to you the other day. Yeah, the baby formula shortage. A lot of things are getting short. Let's talk about our brothers and sisters who lost their lives with that. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. It's just a part. That's a part of living in the states. What you call them? That's part of living in the states, Silo. It is what it is. It just is what it is, Silo. Real talk. Biden inflation, right, right. I just dropped a link into the chat right now. Click on that, guys. Join me this week on my training. We'll teach you guys how to make an extra income online, how to make, basically another 30 grand a year, selling products online that you don't own, that you don't see, that you don't touch. I suggest you guys actually jump in on that training. The link is in the description. I'll pin it to the top as well. But it's a free training. I'm hosting it this week. It lasts about an hour or so. Hop on there, register for it, show up, and go ahead and get some results for yourself, for your family, things of that nature. You gotta get these other streams started. You gotta get the other streams started because the cost of living is just increasing significantly. So now with the diesel shortage, what this means is that truckers are less motivated and less prompted to actually take loads, right? Because the gas is so expensive now. Diesel is now $5.69 a gallon, I believe, which is up 63% over the year, which means that it's significantly cut into the margins that truckers are making. And so now truckers are less incentivized to actually take turn loads. I've always watched trucking YouTubers for this one reason or another. It's kind of a part of like the hustle culture, right? The trucking is just part of it. And so I've seen a lot of trucking YouTubers quit trucking and saying they're leaving trucking because it doesn't make sense. The rates are so low, the fuel prices are so high, they're like losing money. That doesn't make sense anymore. And so what this means is that a lot of your stores is not going to have items on the shelves. And when they do have items on the shelves, it's going to be rationed. We saw the rationing in the beginning when the COVID period started. Only one tissue per household, or only so-and-so water bottles per household. And so you guys are going to be seeing that a lot more in the States because there's going to be less items, because they can't even keep their inventory in stock because truckers are not delivering items, right? So there's going to be a massive amount of rationing, and there's also going to be an increase in prices because of inflation, of course, but also just because there's going to be less supply. Everybody who is on this live stream right now, I'm dropping a link into the chat. Click on that link right now. Join me on my free training. Register on my free training today. And go ahead and get yourself signed up. Get yourself signed up. Learn how to make an additional 30 grand a year, $2,500 per month, selling products online that you don't see, own, or touch. You guys need this information again because a lot of people are assuming we're going into a recession. So let's just assume you get fired from your job. You're going to need another way to make income, another way to make money. And this is one way that you guys can go ahead and do it. Go ahead and get into the free training, learn the game, learn some sauce. You know what I mean? Learn how to put yourself in a better position financially. So click the link that's in the description right now. Register for that free training, guys. Simultaneously to that, a lot of people are going to definitely be fired. A lot of people are not going to be able to make their mortgage payments. A lot of people are not going to be able to make their car payments. We're going to see a lot of foreclosures. We're going to see a lot of repossessions. Shout out to the repossession auto auctions. People gonna come up from that. I'm seeing that, like I was telling y'all before, the investment I need to make is in bikes and motorcycles. Just seeing some articles that the sale of Chinese electric bikes are through the roof right now. Hopefully you guys listened to that live stream a while back. You guys been buying the bicycles because people cannot afford gas anymore. So selling bicycles and motorcycles was a very good investment. Motorcycle, like whatever you can get into flip, you gotta start flipping it. Motorcycle gloves, motorcycle helmets, bicycle helmets, knee pads, shoulder, elbow pads. Like you guys gotta start thinking of ways to get overly creative and get rich off of this, recession and things like that. Because every problem is nothing but an opportunity to create more income for yourself. Every problem is an opportunity to create more income for yourself. I come to Africa, I see there's a very big problem. People don't know how to exist without a job. And I say, okay, hold on, I know a little bit of game on this. I might be able to help people a little bit with this. And so I decided, let me solve this problem. It's a very big problem and we're looking to solve it, right? And that's what Africa Made Easy does. And it's been a income stream for me, an additional income stream for me, which has been great. And it's probably my favorite one on the fact that I'm able to help people, you know what I mean? In comparison to a lot of the other things that I do. ATM Tim said, what's going on, Eddie? What's going on, ATM Tim? What up? But yeah, so with the shortages that are happening right now in diesel prices, in diesel, mostly on the Northeast, New York, Maine, New Hampshire, Maryland, stuff like that. A lot of the stores cannot stay stocked. A lot of stores cannot really be leveled up over there. They have a lot of people who are quitting trucking and things of that nature. And so it's going to be hard for stores to stay stocked up. It's going to be hard for stores to stay built up, during this type of time. And so you guys got to expect a lot more shortages, a lot more rationing, and increase in prices. Back to where you used to go to the store and there's a long line outside. You guys need to start expecting all these things. The amount of the inflation is getting outrageous. Like I was saying, flights are way more expensive. Everything's way more expensive. So a lot of times, everybody who's been waiting, I was going to come to Africa and this year, that year, now they have to reassess their whole plan because things are getting more expensive. So now what they budgeted for a flight won't even get them half of a flight ticket, won't even get them a one-way flight ticket. And so now they're having to reevaluate it and reassess their potential travel plans. The cost of living is increasing in Egypt. The cost of living is increasing. And everybody go ahead and smash like that. Everybody go ahead and smash the like button, guys. Get up to 35 likes, guys. 35 likes. So with the whole increase in price of everything, people can't afford this type of lifestyle anymore. Do you have any references? What do you mean a reference? I don't apply to jobs or any references. MU said, "Hey Eddie, what up, MU? What up, MU?" It's a wild lifestyle that you're living, nowadays in the States. And so you guys got to get some extra income, get it started almost immediately. I think a lot of the bubbles are going to be bursting. I know the Rolex market is going down in price. We're seeing a lot of commodities trade down at this moment in time. So you guys got to be prepared for this, whatever is going to be coming. I actually never lived through a recession as an adult. So this will be my first time, but I plan on getting ultra satchel during this type of time because I'm going to just look for problems and I'm going to solve those problems. I've come to an understanding that the money that I have in my bank account is not my money. The money that I have always belongs to somebody else because somebody else has money that belongs to me. And so when I started to live and exist within that pair frame, it's been a lot easier to get money. Like I was telling you guys, instead of clutching my hand like this, and trying to say the little coins that I have in here, I just open my hand like this. And yes, it's possible that the little coins that will fall out, but it's also possible that more will come back, right? And that's a different level of faith, right? And so that's how you go from loving money to being able to actually make money. And like I was telling you guys earlier, just because you don't have money doesn't mean you don't love money. You know what I mean? Just because you don't have money doesn't mean you don't love money. If you are putting your faith and your trust in the money that you have and not in the Most High, then you love money. It's all that simple. You know what I mean? If you're not willing to risk and invest in yourself, you love money. You know what I mean? Because you think that money is going to save you. You know what I mean? You think having that capital in your bank account or in your pocket or in your wallet is going to save you. Open your hand. You know what I mean? Understand that money is going to flow out, but money is also going to flow in. You know, all the money that you have belongs to somebody else. The money that somebody else has belongs to you. It's very easy. You know, strangers have everything you want in life. Yeah, everybody go ahead and smash the like button. But again, I want you guys to go ahead and jump into my training, guys. Free training that we're having. I need you to register for it almost immediately. You know what I mean? Going to teach you guys how to make an additional $2,500 per month selling products online that you don't own, that you don't see. You can do it remotely. You can be in Guadalajara, Mexico. You can be in Egypt. You can be in Zimbabwe. As long as you have internet and a laptop, man, you're good to go. You can be selling these products. If you guys don't know simple math, $2,500 per month is $30,000 per year. I don't know anybody who would not want to make that additional stream of income for themselves or for their family. You know, of course, you know, you got to have multiple streams of income, but this is just a second one that you can add on to your. So this is just the second one you can add on to your lifestyle. You know what I mean? You got to get multiple. And for me, I typically do my best, and I tend to focus on one stream at a time. You know what I mean? Develop it, then go to the next one, then to the next one, to the next one. You know, I got to the point where I've made, you know, a certain amount of income online where we're really trying to shoot big now, really trying to shoot big. You know what I mean? And things of that nature. So as I continue to grow in my own, you know, businesses and things like that, I want to continue to give out the game and things of that nature. So, yeah. Shay Block said, you don't want to miss this training. Yeah, you don't want to miss this training. Yeah. Shout out to everybody on this live. I appreciate all you guys. You know, I appreciate all you guys. But you know, yeah, make sure you guys are staying focused. Make sure you guys are staying disciplined. You know what I mean? Make sure you guys are understanding that hey, there's a lot of wickedness about to come your way if you decide to stay in the States. If you decide to procrastinate on leaving, you know, like my guy Jared, he got out on time. You know, me and Shan got out on time. You know, we were able to save a substantial amount of money on our flights and hotels and everything like that, and kind of beat the inflation and kind of get used to what life is like and kind of get our connections ahead of time. You know, for those of you guys who are just not coming out later, it's going to be hard for you. But I want to recap what I was talking about in the beginning of this live stream, which is woe to the unprepared. You know, we just had a situation where, you know, I had someone email me asking a question about, you know, relocating, and I tried to give them some information. And, you know, the end result of the conversation, you know, was that a lot of people are going to come to Africa unprepared, under the notion that God provides, you know, he's going to provide for me and things of that nature. But they're coming on a lot of times in an irresponsible manner and in false pretexts as well. You know, you always have to look at, you know, pretext upon pretext, line upon line. You know, for the most part, you know, when Yah does provide, he provides you a commandment, right? And then he provides you the means to achieve that commandment, but it still requires a very substantial amount of work on the end of the person who the commandment was given to. You know what I mean? Think about the amount of work it would have taken to be Moses, the amount of work it would have taken to be Caleb, the amount of work it would have taken to be Noah, the amount of work it would have taken to be Joseph, right? The amount of work that it takes to do these type of things. It's not like just here you go and just drop it in your hand. There's always a prerequisite. There's always work. You know what I mean? That comes along with it. You know what I mean? Even with the entering of the land, you know, I'm gonna give you, you know, the fat of the land. I'm gonna let you get, you know, live in pure abundance. But there's still work that comes along with that. There's still the commandments that need to be kept. You know what I mean? And so there's always a prerequisite to the giving or to the receiving of what the Most High will provide for you. You know, and so make sure you guys are not being irresponsible with that whole mentality, that whole mindset. You know, if you're looking to come to the continent, you need to make the commitment. Okay, you need to really make a commitment, and commitment requires two things. It requires time and it requires resources. All right, a commitment requires time and a commitment requires resources. If you want to get married, find somebody right now who has been married that did not take time to plan a wedding. Even if it's just going down to the building, whatever that building is called, where you just get the little paper, whatever, you still have to plan it out. It's still going to take time to plan it out. Find somebody who didn't take time to plan it out, and somebody who did not spend money. It'll be impossible for somebody to be married and not spend time and money. Commitments require time, and they require resources. Sometimes the resource can just be energy. Sometimes the resource can just be energy, but it requires time, and it requires a resource. Likewise, a house is a commitment. Find somebody who got a house without putting any money down, and that didn't have to sign a mortgage. Right? It requires time, and it requires a commitment. All right, that's just what it is. So when you're thinking about relocating your whole lifestyle over to a whole new country, you have to make that commitment. All right. And so when people, I know I talk about don't buy consultations and stuff like that. It's not really don't buy consultations. It is what it is. Buy the consultation if you want to buy them. But that consultation is good on the fact that it's a commitment. Hey, I'm going to spend this money, right? And I'm going to allocate this time to being able to get the knowledge that I need to be able to move effectively to this next country or to relocate to this next country, such on and such forth. The Most High shows us different things and makes it very apparent what He wants us to do. The next step is your obedience towards that. Yeah, definitely. There's always the commandment, but then there's the follow through of the action. You look at who was it, Jonah, that got swallowed by the whale. You can't really run from the commitment. It is what it is. And the Most High say, got something for you, you're gonna have to do it one way or another. Sometimes you have to get, if you try to be stiff necked, sometimes you're gonna get beat a little bit. You know what I mean? You're gonna get chastened a little bit, and then you go ahead and do, and you go say, okay, I can't run from this. I gotta go ahead and handle it. It is what it is. But that's just how it happens. But it's just very important that you guys move and operate on a right mentality. In the right mentality. Be responsible for yourself. Invest in the proper knowledge and invest in the proper information. Don't be trying to hold on to a little bit of money that you do have so hard that you put yourself in a bad position. You know what I mean? To sustain yourself on a continent, it requires a massive amount of risk. And you have to risk it. You have to take risks almost on a daily basis. You know what I mean? Almost on a daily basis, just to maintain. But what I'm going to do right now, guys, I'm going to drop in a link right now to a training that I'm offering this week, guys. All right, go ahead and click on that link that I just dropped into the chat and register for this free training, guys. Learn how to make an additional $2,500 per month selling items you don't see, own, or touch. You can do this from Mexico. You can do this from Canada. You can do this from anywhere in the world as long as you have a laptop and internet connection. Of course. I want people to, be able to use this money to move to the continent, but you can use it for whatever you want to. You want to use it to pay your mortgage, fine. You want to use it to pay your car, fine. But again, $2,500 per month. If you do the math, it's basically $30,000 over the course of a year. So I think it's something that you guys should go ahead and invest into, learn into. That's a decent side income. Then you use that money to invest in other businesses or other ventures that might be even more financially lucrative for you. But you just got to go ahead and get started. You just got to go ahead and get started and get that confidence, put that confidence up in yourself. So you know how that goes. So click the link in the chat right now and sign up and register for that training, guys. Register for that training. I hope to see you guys over there. We have multiple different options throughout the week, but we also have an on-demand option, so you can instantly watch a recording of it. You can instantly watch a recording of it, so that way you guys can fit it into your schedule. But yeah, take the time today and go ahead and go through that joint. Any questions for me, feel free to drop them into the chat. And other than that, we'll be heading off for this live stream pretty soon. But I think I had a good time talking to you guys. You know what I mean? And hopefully you guys are able to take, a gem or two from this training or from this live stream. And shout out to everybody who's dropping videos and everything like that. The weather today was pretty intense. The weather was actually pretty intense. It was a sandstorm today. So it was hot, but the wind was rolling around. The wind was, I think, 32 miles per hour. And when I woke up this morning, like I couldn't even see the sea. It was literally white, like all over. It was crazy, like just dust all over the place. So it wasn't the best, motorcycle riding day. So we didn't get too much riding in actually. We did do a quick little ride up to the mall, and that was it. And actually, Shannon's having some issues with her moped. Shout out to Shannon, she's having some issue with her bike that's cutting off on her and things like that. We're thinking it's an issue with the battery that we're going to go ahead and try to get fixed one of these days soon, and try to go ahead and get that stuff handled. For her bike, my bike actually had my tire, I popped the other day. So I ended up having to get a new tire for the motorcycle, which is great. Unexpected expense. Of course, nobody likes unexpected expenses. But we were able to go ahead and get that done, and we're back on the road now. We're back on the road. Kitty cat, what you talking about, boy? You talking about food? Okay, I want to eat. Man, well, I think we're going to go ahead and end today's live stream off, guys. I had a good time with you guys today. Hopefully, you guys had an enjoyable time hopefully, you guys had an enjoyable time as well today, guys. I will see you guys in the next. I'm trying to drop a video tomorrow for you guys, and every day after that, on Monday to Thursday. So, see you guys in the next one. See you guys. Peace.